FarmersFarmers.com.
Check it out right here.
Ladies and gentlemen, and now,
The only man to give death a near Johnny experience, Johnny Harden.
What is up? What is up? Welcome back into a little Johnny Radio's Happy Hour. It is a beautiful Friday's Eve. That's right, the day before the big day. That's right, the day before you're off work, or the day before you get to party like a rock star, or if you're a lady, it's ladies' night, cause it feels so right. Why is Thursday ladies' night? Have we ever figured that out? What is it? Is that like a thing?
And my generation calls it Thirsty Thursday. It's
Thirsty
not necessarily
Thursday?
ladies' night. For
Really?
my generation, it's Thirsty Thursday. You go
Oh,
to the
so
bar,
my whole generation was always Thursday night,
pre-Friday,
ladies'
have
night.
a nice little pre-Friday celebration is what you do.
Thirsty Thursday?
Thirsty Thursday.
Tossing my pen all over the place like I'm just doing something important. But anyway, I have a very busy show for y'all, and I'm really fired up because today we get to hopefully talk about dreams and make some dreams. Then we get to talk about some also crazy things. Cool thing is we're going to start the show off with my favorite segment of the day, a little Hardenwood, talk about some crazy stories. I want to remind all of y'all, we do have baseball back tonight. That is right. Yes, we are going to try to get Game 4 in. Masahiro Tanaka for the Yankees.
Are you giving out a pick today?
Zach Greinke for the Astros. I'm giving out a pick today. It's going to be real. It's going down for real. 2-1 Astros, 1-2 Yankees. Oh, my goodness. I cannot wait. This is going to get sick. Are you a little nervous, by the way? Game 4, are you excited for it?
I think so.
I
think it ought to be fun.
I think it's going to be, I think it's definitely going to be fun. And then, of course, you know, the weird thing that's going on tonight is Thursday night football. Thursday, Monday, NFL football has been, I hate to say this because I've been saying it all year. It's been awful. The officiating's been horrible. They've killed all the rhythm. They've destroyed it all. It's upset me like I've never been upset. But we get another chance at it tonight. And I'm not talking about Louisiana Raging Cajun against Arkansas State, though that is happening. That's college. You also have UCLA and Stanford. That is happening as well. But I'm talking about Kansas City and Denver. And guess what? You're going to not even believe me when I tell you this. KC is only a 3-point favorite on the road against Joe Flacco's Denver Broncos.
Hey, those Broncos have been playing good lately. They've been playing well.
They beat somehow the Chargers.
Defensively, they've been nice.
It's let's just be real. It's been absolutely weird. But the National Football League's been weird all year long. But let me tell you, what is not weird and what I want to talk about a lot today is I want to talk about how yesterday I felt like I went into a time machine, went back in time. And it was crazy because I went out to Houston High School. For y'all who've been listening to the show for a long time, that's actually where I went to school and played ball at for many, many years. Their head coach, Coach Thomas, is going to join me, and so is Shabazz, Raheem Shabazz with Shabazz Fitness. My man Shabazz works out there with Tony Harris, doing a lot of great things for a lot of young, great people. And we're going to talk with them at 2 o'clock about my man Lincoln Perry, who is a baller shot caller. We're also going to talk about Houston, this football team. We're going to talk about old football versus new football. I played ball with James. I'm so excited to talk with him because yesterday I was at their practice all day long, man. And I go out to practice. I've been out there with Gabe. And I even talked with James in the coach's office afterwards, where I spent many and many times in that coach's office just with Coach Haney, and it was a different situation. John, you got to stop doing this, dadgummit. Go run. But, I was sitting there just listening to him and, talking, we'd have 153 people on the varsity team and 90 on the freshman team. And to combine, there's only 90. And I used to talk about how, they hadn't had full pads practice in like a month. They aren't hitting out there. And we used to literally me and Chip Gaither, I saw his little cousins, 2 kids look just like him playing for Houston. That's why I felt like I went into a time machine. Their last name are Steagals. They look like 2 little Chip Gaithers. And by the way, if y'all don't know, if you ever watch, what's that show where they drop you on the island, Survivor? He was Silas Gaither. He was on Survivor way back in the day. But dude, and you got Lincoln Perry out there doing his things. But the thing is I noticed in high school football, all these kids out there, they were having fun. Football practice looked fun. I'm going to say something, man. I didn't hear anybody yelling. I didn't hear a whole bunch of screaming, but I saw a lot of order, coordination, respect. I got to say the old way of doing things may have been the complete wrong way. And I think new football might actually be saving the sport. I think, yes, we've seen a lesser participation, but I think that's going to go back the other way. A lot of people were worried because lacrosse is now, coming in. People are taking more and more. I mean, lacrosse is going to be a real deal Holyfield sport next year. TSSAA is bringing that bad boy in. So there's another sport that football is going to be competing with, along with wrestling and baseball and basketball, et cetera, for all these kids and their time. But we're going to talk a lot about football today. We're going to talk about the old versus the new. We're going to talk about Lincoln Perry and the fact that this kid is a straight up Division I football player. And if you haven't offered this kid a scholarship, it's because you're not obviously doing a very good job recruiting, and your lying eyes are lying to you. Because I went out there and watched this young man to see for myself, because I've seen the film. He looks like a Division I football player, but I had to go see it for myself because, I played against Al Wilson. I played with David Nugent. I played with Cullen Bryant. I played with a bunch of dudes. I've seen guys that are Division I football players, and they were men amongst boys. When I went out there, I knew exactly who Lincoln was. I was like, damn, that's Lincoln, isn't it?
But scouts and recruiting coordinators at this higher level, just they operate at a higher thinking power than us.
Oh yeah, they're so much smarter.
They're way smarter. They know what they want, man. But what I saw of this kid and the film that I have seen on him is absolutely incredible. The statistics speak for themselves.
Division I. He wants to go to the University of Memphis. Everybody who's listening to Johnny Radio's Happy Hour right now, go over and check out. I'll tweet out his little highlight video from his junior year. I'll tweet out the stuff he's done already this year. I mean, he just dropped 5 touchdowns, 360 yards on Collierville by himself, like balling shot calling, straight up dude's bad to the bone. We're going to talk about that. I'll shoot that stuff out. Everybody shoot this stuff to Mike Norvell and say, hey, Mike, we got a dude right here in the city who just wants to come to Memphis. Like, offer him a scholarship now. So we're going to talk about that. Then we're going to talk also about, touchy subjects. Like, is there such a thing as reverse racism? Well, we're going to find out about that stuff even later today, too. Then we're going to also get crazy. Isaac Simpson's going to join us. Why? Because you know what? The Tigers have a football game at home. Did you know that? This weekend. Is anybody talking about it? How's everybody feeling about this Tiger football game? Isn't it weird? It's almost like after that Temple loss and the anger of the Joey Magnifico catch, no catch, crickets.
And I'm going to be honest. In past years, when I was playing my heyday at the University of Memphis, after losses, it seemed to be less of a turnout. Obviously, you have a lot of fans. I think we should still make sure we get out to the Liberty. But this is a championship caliber game.
Tulane.
It's a championship caliber game. Both teams are great. Both teams have really, really good players.
Both are 5-1.
Yeah, and this is a Tulane team unlike what we've seen. So I think this is definitely a game to go out and watch.
In fact, this is going to be a fun game. It's also at 6 p.m. where we don't get a lot of games at that time, so you can get down there, get all ripe and ready on Tiger Lane. The line's supposed to be so good. Boys in Vegas got Memphis a 4-point favorite. Total is 59.5, baby. 59.5. So, again, we're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to talk all about that. I'm going to tell you all about Lincoln, and then I got to tell you about Brandon Lindsay. Dream on 3. Please say you've gone to Johnny_Radio and looked what Dream on 3 is and who Brandon Lindsay is. And there's a video. I'm going to tell you, man, if you need a good cry, it'll make you cry. He's giving sports dreams to young people, and I can't wait to talk about him. He's going to be at the bottom of the either. So I got Brandon Lindsay. I got Link Dog I'm going to talk about with Coach Shabazz and, of course, Coach Thomas of Houston. I got my man Isaac_Rivals. That's right. Isaac Simpson's coming on at 2:30. So we are rocked, we are stocked, we are locked, we are loaded, and we are ready to fire. So do me a favor. Give me some Hardinwood.
This is Access Hardinwood.
I'm fired up, dude.
You are.
Dude,
you are, man. Loaded show. I feel you.
Are you ready?
I don't blame you.
We've got a bunch of crazy stuff that's going on in this world, and we always know that, right? Now, we also have something that's super dank and crazy that's going on. His name is Masahiro freaking Tanaka. I'm going to tell you something. I got the Astros for the series. So you think to yourself, John, 2-1, Zach Greinke, he's going to win a playoff game someday, right? I mean, he's not really David Price. He's not really Clayton Kershaw. Well, hell no, he really is not during the regular season. He's kind of close, won a couple sides, done pretty good. But guess what? Yeah, he's made a lot of money too. But man, he is so postseason right in the middle of both of them. Like, I can't tell if he's Clayton bad or I can't tell if he's like, Price bad. But can Greinke erase the curse, go out there and be a man? Or are we going to see DJ LeMahieu and Aaron Judge and those savages absolutely rake and rip the you-know-what off his ball? And I have to tell you, if they do that, you know that Tanaka's going to keep them in this. That's just what Masahiro does. And by the way, this thing is in New York. You're going to have like a Aroldis Chapman ready to rock and fire at the end of the game. I think the bullpen's going to be big. I just have a feeling, even though I have the Astros, that extra day helped them out so much. And the fact that we got Masahiro Tanaka, I think this thing's going to be tied up 2-2. And everybody in the world is going to forget that the Nationals are even in the deadgum series because we're going to be waiting so long. What do you think?
You think it gets to 7?
I think this one's going 7.
Nice.
I think it's going to be a baller. It's going 7. I do actually think it's going to end up, and the Astros are going to walk out with this bad boy, but it's going to be hard as can be. But it's going to be straight up dope. Now, do you have a funny Hardwood story before I get to the craziness?
I have a hilarious one.
Okay,
I have a hilarious one. In Iowa City, a young man, by the name of Daniel Alfredo Burleson. He is a 20-year-old. Have you ever seen Superbad? Do you know what Superbad is? McLovin, dude. Okay, well, this is awesome. Daniel decided that he was going to go out for a night on the town in Iowa City, and he had a drink that he was walking downtown with. A cop decided, okay, let me stop this kid. He looks pretty young. And it turned out he had a vodka drink in his hand, but he's 20 years old. So what they do is they stop him, ask him for his ID. He pulls out his ID. And the ID is of McLovin.
You're lying.
I'm not kidding. It's a fake Hawaii ID with the name McLovin, and the date of birth was June 3rd, 1981, okay? And when they asked Burleson where he got this ID from, he responded that he got it from Amazon. So we have a real life McLovin situation going on in Iowa City, and I'm here for it.
I'm also going to tell you something. If I was the police officer that actually had that,
let him go, man.
I was going to tell you right now, me and that guy, I would have had to actually say, buddy, come on. Me and you are going to a bar. Let's see how good this ID works.
Right? I mean, have fun with him. You've seen the movie, right?
Yeah,
they had fun with him.
Awesome.
Yeah, see.
No,
if he has all I'm saying is if he has the nuts to get a McLovin ID and bring it out to the cops, man, this kid, and not to mention he's smiling, I mean, fully in his photo, in his look at this, smiling fully. He was happy. He knew that he was going to make the news.
Dude, that is so awesome, actually.
In his mugshot, he has a full-on smile. So Daniel Alfredo Burleson, and here's the question: is he a legend or an idiot?
He's a legend.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not mad at him.
I'm not going to say he's infamous. I'm not going to say he's famous. But I could say you are 15-minute legend. You are social media stardom. You know what I'm saying?
I'm disappointed with the cops taking him straight to the jail. Just tell
you
him,
have to have some fun with this.
Yeah, but it's not even that. You ain't got to make this kid have a charge on his record. You could just send him home.
Yeah.
He's 20 years old. He's probably months away from being able to drink legally.
Great question for you, by the way. I've always wondered did you hear the XFL, how they talked about how they're never going to have any bad people? They're going to be so different than the NFL and all this stuff. Did you see that Sean Oakman is going to, he actually got drafted by the Los Angeles Wildcats?
He was acquitted.
I know, I'm just saying.
But yes, I did see that.
That was, I thought, very, very interesting.
Gosh, he is a physically imposing dude, though.
He is huge.
He's
by the way,
guy.
I'm going to tell you right now, I still think he's not going to be that good because he is that dude who looks so good in the weight room, but you take him out on the field, and he is such a dead gum.
He's just not very good.
Everybody, you know this from playing.
Yes,
everybody
looks like Tarzan, plays like
Jane, man, and you just don't understand it. You're like, why is it you can go in there, you look like a Greek goddess, you work out, you're stronger than an ox, but you got such fear when you go up the hole or when you go to make a hit, and then you'll see like a little dude who's got like 180 pounds soaking wet, fearless. go in there and light you up like a Christmas tree, and you got this 250-pound man. Oh, he hurt me.
That just goes to show, and I think this will relate with what we talk about later, that your eyes do deceive you sometimes.
That's the
when
damn truth.
when recruiting and talking about talent.
Now, I have to ask you this, man.
What?
This is a tough one, man. Boxing has been taking a
Oh
beating.
my God, and it always has.
But
It always has, John.
But it's not only, it's like we've gotten Tyson Fury who's going to go do this WWE thing. I don't like it. Why? Because now when he goes, I mean, isn't he still going to fight Deontay Wilder?
I think so. Yes.
So, what are you doing, Holmes? Are you going to go be a wrestler and be a soap opera star? Or are you going to be a deadgum heavyweight champion of the world? Come on, man, make up your pick. And I'm sorry, I can't jump on board with that. And then, dude, Earl Spence, who was the dude who wrecked his Ferrari. And by the way, the fact that Earl Spence has a Ferrari, damn it, why didn't I box? Like, you can be a D boxer and you can be
the truth of,
rich.
The truth of the matter is, the reason you don't be a boxer is so you don't end up
like
in a situation like this guy.
Well, this is why I was getting ready
Like
to say.
Patrick Day.
Well, this is where the last one where I want to cry. After 4 days of fighting like a mug for his life, it's over. He has succumbed. Patrick Day died from brain injuries. He's 27 years old.
This is at least the third different death in boxing this year, in legitimate boxing.
Did you watch, by any chance, I don't know, like if you're like me and I can't help myself, did you go back and watch the fight?
I did not.
I did. I'm not going to lie to you.
Did it make you sick to your stomach? I can only imagine.
It made me confused because, you know, the last knockdown was brutal. And I ain't gonna lie, it was brutal.
Did he pop back up?
But no. The minute he gets knocked down, medical personnel, they rush. I mean, they are on the scene. They get there so fast because they could tell it was like a brutal attack. A lot of people were wondering in the fourth round when he got knocked down because he got another really hard hit if he ever really had come back. Do you know what I'm saying? But the thing is, man, like you hold your gloves, you know, you talk to your guy in there. These guys' muscle memory is going on. You got the lights. You're supposed to be there, and you're a fighter. And again, we don't know what's going on with these brains, and we just don't know enough about the brain. And
So obviously, rest in peace to Patrick Day. But I think this keeps sort of perpetuating that in boxing, they need to find something where they can try and save these guys ringside. Okay, you can't transport a guy 30 minutes to a hospital and expect him to be okay when he gets there. They need to have on-site situations that where they can save a life, just truthfully, because this is happening a little too often at this point. These are strong people in the ring. These are guys that could end a life with their fists. It's just the truth of the matter, and we need to start trying to limit this. Because this year has been sort of it's been a problem. It's been a big problem this year. But did you see Marion Barber?
Oh, before I go, I'm going to tell you about that. Before I go, I did want to read this one statement, though, on the passing of him, because I thought this was just something that's really, really important to say real quick about Patrick before we go, because I did the Barrett Barber. I did want to say this one thing. The promoter and his family, they released a statement, said he was a son, a brother, and a good friend to many. Pat's kindness, positivity, and generosity of spirit made a lasting impression with everyone he met. Patrick Day did not need to box. He came from a good family. He was smart, educated, had good values, and had other avenues available to him to earn a living. He chose to box knowing the inherent risk that every fighter faces when he or she walks into a boxing ring. Boxing was what Pat loved to do. He had a spirit and a power that was infectious to other people, and it was something that made him feel alive. Many people live much longer than Patrick's 27 years, wondering if they make a difference or positive effect in their world. This was not the case for Patrick Day when he left us. Rest in peace, power with you. Pat's with the Angels now. So, again, he might not have lived the longest life, but he did. He had a short life, and it was cut short. He knew the inherent risk. He chose to do it anyway, but he also did it, and he did affect a lot of people in a positive way. So, again, rest in peace, Pat. Now, Marion Barber, get this dude checked for brain issues.
This is sad, man, because this is a guy from St. Louis. He did a lot for the community. I mean, he's from my city. And he actually has been caught accused of and arrested for criminal mischief. He's accused of damage. Yeah, and he just does not look good. He's been accused of damaging cars. He got pulled over around 1 p.m. yesterday by the Prosper Police Department because of an equipment violation. That's when they found out he had warrants. He intentionally damaged cars by striking them with his hands, arms, and his body. Obviously, these cars are owned by two people by the name of Amita Kafel and Tammy Smith. I don't really know the situation behind them. We're going to have to get more. But so far, these specific allegations against him are unclear. They don't know what the reason was behind this. But I'll tell you from his mugshots, he does not look good. He does not look in good health. We do pray for Marion Barber and make sure, and we hope that he figures it out, because he was a stud running back in from 2005 to 2010 with the Cowboys, made a Pro Bowl in 2007. Obviously a University of Minnesota standout, where he was the MVP of the team in 2004.
All right, now I got to get over and I'm going to talk about like dreams and Dream on 3 and talk about the good things in sports and what this guy Brandon Lindsay's doing for young people across this country. There's a video at Johnny_radio. Just tap on Brandon Lindsay. Watch what Dream on 3 is. I'm telling you, it'll make you cry almost. We're going to talk about ways that you can help, things that he's done in this around here. This is one of the fastest growing charities and things that are giving, young people the opportunity to live out their sports dream. And it literally is just amazing. So Brandon Lindsay, don't forget, we also got Shabazz. He's coming on. Coach Thomas. We're going to talk about my man Lincoln Perry, who's a baller shot caller. And we're going to do all kinds of other things. I got a pick for you today in baseball. I got picks for you in football. And by the way, I'm just been in fuego. So we're going to have a hot. We're going to have fun. And we're going to get locked. We're going to get loaded. But the last thing I do before I go to break, I'm going to ask y'all, did you see this? Tyson Fury just released a photo. He was out in Vegas with Floyd Mayweather, Ric Flair, Roman Reigns. Just saying, that sounds like a party and a half. Vegas with those dudes. Tyson Fury, Floyd Mayweather, Ric Flair, and Roman Reigns. Does that not sound like debauchery on another level? Like, I'm just going to be honest with you. Either strippers got super, super rich, or it was a bad night for somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just the one thing. That's the only way that could have gone, I feel like. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. We'll be back in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. We're talking about Dream on 3 with Brandon Lindsay on Sports 56, 96.1, and, of course, 87.7 FM.
Search Sports 56 on Facebook and give us a like. And follow us on Twitter at Sports 56 WHBQ.
Pop the top on your next party. 34 North Cocktails. Available in Memphis now. Great for football grove parties, around the hunting campfire, and when you get home, entertain friends. Pop a premium can of Barrel Thief. Tastes just like an old-fashioned Barrel Thief made with aged bourbon, bitters, a hint of orange, a touch of vanilla, 15% ABV. Then, for you vodka lovers, try Sneaky Pucker, a refreshing lemonade premium vodka cocktail, 12.5% ABV. Made with super premium vodka, lavender, simple syrup, and lemonade. Delicious and smooth. Let the party begin with 34 North Cocktails.
One of the things you can expect from a great diner is great milkshakes, and Third and Court delivers. Like everything else they do, Third and Court takes the classic concept and makes it something new and special. The Elvis has vanilla ice cream, Reese's Cups, banana, and candied bacon. That's right, candied bacon. The King has strawberry ice cream, seasoned berries, mint, and lime. The Triple Double Malt has chocolate ice cream, Whoppers, Ovaltine, and cherry syrup. And if you want to make them really special, for just a little bit more, you can add bourbon or rum. Third and Court, a great diner.
What would you like to be better at?
Dancing.
Poker.
Yoga.
According to a study, CVS customers are better than most at something important, staying on prescriptions, which tends to make you healthier. So get a free prescription savings review, plus earn up to 50 extra bucks rewards each year for filling. Because of the things you could be better at, staying healthy tops them all. Treat yourself well at CVS. Terms and conditions apply. Not all prescriptions eligible. See our pharmacist or cvs.com/RX savings or /RX rewards.
Pop Wigington has been in the restaurant business since the 70s and has now brought 3 generations of family favorites together under one roof at Pop's Comfort Kitchen, 2990 Kirby Whitten Parkway next to Kroger. Pops takes you back to a simpler time when food and life was more wholesome. Settle down today for lunch or dinner at Pops with daily specials like country fried steak, fried catfish, chicken and dumplings, or Pops' famous fried chicken livers, all served up with your choice of 23 fresh vegetables like field peas and snaps, seasoned green beans, sweet corn and turnip greens. Hungry for a sandwich? Check out the Chuck, a hand-patted cheeseburger between 2 grilled cheese buns topped with lettuce, tomato, diced onion, pickles, fried egg, and bacon. Or a half-pound flat iron steak sandwich served on Texas toast. Don't forget one of Grandma's homemade desserts like chess pie or banana pudding. Take comfort today at Pop's Comfort Kitchen, 2990 Kirby Whitten Parkway next to Kroger. Pop's Comfort Kitchen.
Just got this in. My guys at All-Star Chevrolet in Olive Branch are back at it again.
The Sports 56 Trail Boss Blitz. Sports 56 Trail Boss Blitz. Hut, hut.
The guys at All-Star have 14 Trail Boss trucks on the lot they need to sell in one day. And they're the hottest new Chevy trucks ever. This Chevy Trail Boss comes from the factory with a 2-inch lift kit, a black grille, and off-road tires. It really is the boss. So what is the Sports 56 Trail Boss Blitz? This Saturday only, All-Star Chevy in Olive Branch will give you $500 off your best deal or $500 in accessories or any spray in bed liner you want with any new Chevy Trail Boss truck on the lot. Just don't miss $500 off your best deal or $500 in accessories. It's the Sports 56 Trail Boss Blitz. Only this Saturday and only at All-Star Chevrolet. Not Collierville, not the Pike, not South Haven. It's got to be Olive Branch, people. So find new roads to All-Star Chevrolet in Olive Branch or go to allstarautogroup.com. Day only this Saturday.
This is Jason Mott. Join me November 9th downtown at the Column for our 8th annual Jason Mott Foundation Cornhole Challenge. Doors open at 6. For tickets and more information, click the events tab at jasonmottfoundation.org. Looking forward to seeing you out there, and let's strike out cancer.
Ian Eagle and Tony Baselli here from Westwood One with a Thursday night football preview sponsored by the Alliance for Lifetime Income. Learn more at retireyourrisk.org. We're in Denver for AFC West action between the division-leading Kansas City Chiefs and the Denver Broncos. Tony, how do you see it?
Ian, this is a much more interesting matchup than it was a couple weeks ago. The Chiefs have lost 2 straight at home, and the Broncos have gotten to the win column with 2 big wins, and the one against Tennessee this past week, a shutout. That defense is playing like Vic Fangio wants it to. All of a sudden, Denver has a chance to get itself right back into the AFC West race with a win against Kansas City. It's going to be a great matchup in Mile High.
Join us for the Chiefs at the Broncos on Thursday Night Football.
Remember to listen to Westwood One's coverage of the NFL all season long, right here on Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7.
Cooler weather is around the corner, and our free AutoZone Fix Finder service is here to help you get your car in shape for those fall drives. Our Fix Finder service will help troubleshoot the likely cause of your check engine light for free, so you can save time and money and get back to driving with more peace of mind. Looking for more out of your engine? Go with Chevron Techron Complete Fuel System Cleaner. Right now, buy 1 bottle and get 1 free. Visit us at AutoZone.com and start the job fast. Restrictions apply.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
As a doctor who provided medical care to remote islands, Dr. Ben LeBreau has seen some things.
Piracy, hurricanes, being struck by lightning.
While most of us can't relate to confrontations with pirates, we get that life comes with risk, but retirement shouldn't. That's why Dr. Ben purchased an annuity to secure a protected income stream for the rest of his life. Find out more at retireyourrisk.org. Brought to you by the Alliance for Lifetime Income, the sole sponsor of the 2019 Rolling Stones No Filter U.S. Tour.
Now back to Johnny Radio's Happy Hour.
Get over here!
This hour is brought to you by MemphisFarmers.com. Insurance coverage backed by a local agent and a brand trusted nationwide. We are farmers. MemphisFarmers.com.
What is up? What is up? Welcome back into a little Johnny Radio's Happy Hour on this beautiful Friday's Eve. That's right, it is Thursday. We getting close to that weekend. You know, we got baseball, Game 4, Yankees, Astros, Real Deal Holyfield. Got some college football. Got Denver, KC. You get to see the old man Joe Flacco and the young man Patrick Mahomes. Heck, I don't know, Joe's probably like, hey, John, will you come down here and start tonight? Our offense stinks. At least Vic Fangio, I don't know if I can call him Dick Fangio anymore because their defense is starting to play a little bit good. But anyway, we'll talk all about all that stuff. But basically what we're saying is there's a lot of stuff going on in the world of sports. But the other thing is we talk mostly, it seems like, unfortunately, a lot of times if it leads, it bleeds, or we talk about the negativities in sports. But, we had like such a great thing happen here just at MLK with a couple of sports guys. That thing went viral. They even were on Ellen. I saw that. Did you see that? They helped, a young man here. There's always great stories in sports, but there's a young man, or he ain't a young man, but he is a young man. He's a very generous man. He started this place thing or charity, and it's called Dream on 3. And he's a father, he's a businessman, he's a dreamer, and you can tell why, because what he did is he opened up a way because he felt like he could give or do something for others, and I don't know how this dream turned into a reality, and that's what we're going to find out. Brandon Lindsay, how are you today, sir?
I am doing great. Thank you so much for having me.
Brandon, thank you so much for joining me, man. I honestly, looking over the stuff that you've done, and again, you're so kind, and I read over your bio, and it talks about how, you've lived your dream, and you've done all this stuff, and you've worked 20 years, and you've been so blessed, and you want to give back, and now you found out a way with, Dream, this new, I don't even really know what to call it. Just basically, it's like basically giving kids their sports dream. And again, everybody knows about Make-A-Wish. Everybody knows about all these other things. How did you come in here, carve out your niche, and ended up making this thing, and not just making it, but making it successful and doing all these wonderful things for all these kids? Heck, you just did something with over with the Titans. You've got all kinds of organizations, and you've done a lot on your social platform. How did you make this dream in this vision a reality?
Oh, John, thanks for asking, and thanks for the kind words you said. Those are I appreciate you saying it. They're hard to hear because for me personally, I just know it's been so many people involved in this thing. We've got an amazing team of people back at Dream on 3 headquarters that make this stuff happen, and we got just a ton of volunteers and people like yourself that care enough to share the message and help us. And we couldn't have done it without that. This thing started as it was a dream of mine. And, I felt like God was calling me to step away from my corporate job, the things that I was chasing, and pursue something a little bit different, pursue a path that meant to serve. I had done a lot of taking and had not done a lot of giving back. And I felt like, he laid this on my heart. I called my wife. I walked her through this crazy idea. And
she believed in you.
She believed in it, and she said, let's go. Admittedly, she would tell you now that she thought it was going to pass after a week or two, but this one stuck, and she saw that this was for real. So it's just been a blessing. We've enjoyed being a part of it, and I truly believe we've gotten more out of it than the kids just by getting to know them and hear their stories.
Golly, watching that video though with that young man going into the the Red Sox, and just signing the wall back there, meeting everybody, extremely giving them a hug, the whole heck, if you are a little sentimental, that thing's gonna probably end up having you crying. But you go out there and you've done so many things with the Red Sox, with the Titans. How is it that you've gotten, basically, how'd you get in touch with these organizations?
Yeah, so in the beginning, it was really tough. No one knew who Dream on 3 was. We weren't very established. We didn't have a good track record, or any track record for that matter.
And you just started in 2013, correct?
Correct.
Wow.
Yeah, it's been 7 years, so it's been fast. It's been a lot, but we didn't have those contacts in the beginning. It started by, someone knew someone that could get us in touch with an athlete or someone within the teams. And then as we continued over the next several years, as we continued to develop the program and really show what we could do, it got easier. And people started noticing the program. They started noticing the impact of what was happening. Players wanted to get involved. It went from us trying to track down the players and teams to us getting calls and players wanting to get involved in the program.
Now that's where you've obviously you've done something right, because again, it is by the way, just so you know, everybody out there, you can go to dreamon3.org. It is a sports nonprofit that provides kids living with disabilities or life-altering conditions, and it gives these special children an opportunity to live out their ultimate sports dream. They have a video gallery. They have all these amazing stories. And again, like, I talked about it not too long ago. It always does feel better. A lot of people say, "Oh, John, you're so nice." Heck, man, I do a lot of things and give things to people because it makes me feel good. It always feels better to give than receive. And like you said, you've been doing all these things, and you feel like you've come out even actually on the far end, and you feel amazing for the things that you've done. But tell me, a couple about some of your special stories. How did the Titan situation? How did that come about? What are some of the the better stories that you could kind of tell us about and kind of give us a little idea what Dream on 3 is?
Yeah, so the way that the Dream experience works is that the Dream recipient will come from wherever the chapter is. Right now we have chapters in Charlotte, Atlanta, and D.C. And so all the kids originate from that area, but the Dream can take them wherever. We've had Dream kids in Charlotte that had the dream to surf with the professionals at North Shore during Pipe Masters. So, we'll go wherever the Dream is, and that Dream has carried us into Tennessee several times. We had two Dream kids, Naquan and Davion. Both of them were part of our junior Dream team, where they were selected by their high school classmates because of the impact they had already had in their community and in their school. They were nominated. Their fellow students planned it, organized it, fundraised for it, and sent them on this Dream experience. Naquan was his dream was to see the Titans. He loves
football,
country music. He loves Johnny Cash. He loves the Tennessee Titans, and he had an absolute blast. And then Davion actually got to make a pick during the NFL draft in Nashville this year.
No way.
It was awesome. Yeah,
now,
that was pretty special.
That was one of the coolest NFL drafts ever. Nashville did it right, and he was down there and got to make a pick for his team.
He was. So he's a huge fan of the Seattle Seahawks. He didn't get to make a pick for the Seahawks.
I know. He got to go out there and announce it.
He got to announce it. And John, as you know, those picks are trading hands like every 30 seconds. It was a Patriots pick, and then it became a Cardinals pick, and it went back and forth. So he really didn't know who he was going to make the pick for, but he was able to watch the first round of the draft with the Seattle Seahawks fans and that group that was there in the front of the stage. So it was just amazing. And you're right, Nashville did an amazing job putting that together. One of the coolest experiences I've ever been a part of.
Now, you just kind of told me a little bit how you're in right now you're in Charlotte, Atlanta, and D.C. You started, I take it, in your home base of Charlotte, I take it?
Correct.
Now, you've expanded to Atlanta and D.C. Do you have any plans on trying to grow a little bit bigger?
We do. So in 2018, we kind of set a new bar, a new vision for the organization. And our vision is we want to have 10 chapters over the next 10 years and $10 million in annual revenue so that we can just really scale this program and make more of these dreams come true.
Golly,
it's a big dream.
Hey, you dream big, and great things happen. And the other thing is, you find yourself, somebody might be listening. They can go to online right now. It's very simple. dreamon3.org. That's dreamon3.org. It's a sports nonprofit, and again, right now they're based out of Atlanta and Carolina and D.C., but they're doing wherever these dreams take them. You'll see their video galleries. You can learn all about them. And if you want to help Brandon Lindsay, or if you're a business, or if you just want to follow him on Twitter, go to @dream_on_3, or you can follow my man Brandon. He's an App State grad. It's @AppStateBrandon. But it's just a great organization. You've done so much, and I just wanted to know realistically, because I have people all the time who say they want to go out there and do something and they want to help. And I got a text right now. Like, he's like, man, I'd love to help this person. And I told him, go to, dreamon3.org. But if you have a dream, or if you feel like there is a calling, how is it that you, again, I know you say your wife did it, but how is it that you turn this into fruition?
That's a great question, John. I don't know exactly how we got it. I do know one thing I tell people that have something that they want to pursue, or they have, a dream that's laid on their heart that they'd love to chase, is that You don't have to wait until you have it all figured out to start. Start.
You just have to believe that you can do it and go.
And you got to move. You got to take that first step. And a lot of people will, they'll just become paralyzed in the idea or the grandness of the idea, and you just have to start. And that's what we did. We had our very first dream experience. We did out of our living room with our two girls, and we planned it as a family out of our own bank account, and we really didn't go any further than that.
Wow!
And then we said, "Hey, that went pretty well. Why don't we do another one?" And so I tell people, just dream big, be willing to move, take that first step, and then trust that the rest of it will come together.
And I got to ask you right now, because I got listeners who are wanting, how is it that they can help make a financial gift to this organization?
Thank you. Visit the website, and thank you for mentioning it several times. It's dreamon3.org. Everything we do, we're able to do because of donations from people like yourself who are just generous and compassionate and wanting to give back. So it's 100% donations, and you can go online. You can make a one-time gift, or you can join what we call our Huddle Up Pub and make monthly donations, reoccurring monthly donations that help us to make the dreams come true.
And by the way, I'm going to tell you, if you are having a bad day, go watch some of these videos on your social platform. I'm going to promise you, they will warm your heart. And if you really want to help, man, when you watch a kid who's been having a rough life, and then you can see them living out their dream, and you see those huge smiles and hugs, and just, heck, the tears of joy, it warms your heart in a way that you can't understand. Go check it out. Brandon, I got mad respect for you. I hope to bring you back on again. And if you're ever down here in Memphis, make sure you stop on in and see me, all right?
You got my word. I will do that. And hopefully we'll have a flag in the ground in Tennessee here soon.
Hey, man, I hope we do, man. That would be awesome. Brandon, take care of yourself. Dream on 3. This is a very, very important organization. This is, giving children an opportunity to live out their dreams. Remember when you were a child? Can you imagine? Just let's do this. Everybody, we can all make this world a better place. Just got to be like Brandon, right?
No, we need to be like you.
Oh, you're so kind.
John, thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. You take care of yourself. That's Brandon Lindsay. And again, y'all, you can follow him at App State Brandon on Twitter. And again, it's dream_3_ it's dream_on_3. You know I'm an underscore guy. He's an underscore guy. It's very simple. At dream_on_3. And again, this was in his heart. It started out something in Charlotte. It has grown to Atlanta. It has grown to D.C. He has visions to make it even bigger than it is. And again, if you go to dreamon3.org and watch some of these videos, I promise you they will absolutely touch your heart. Now, one person that will always take care of your heart and make sure that your back is covered, Chad Gatlin. That's right, MemphisFarmers.com. Auto, home, life, business, health, wealth, whatever you can think of. When you think insurance, you think farmers, dun, 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 but you want the Memphis location, right? So you go to MemphisFarmers.com, and when you see Daniel Gatlin, you know you're at the right place. But his friends call him Chad. That way he'll know you're listening to me. So go to MemphisFarmers.com during the break. You can get a quote and 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. Or if you're old school and you just like calling people and you want to talk to them, it's simple. 901-235-1176. That's 901-235-1176. Call my buddy Daniel Gatlin. His friends call him Chad. That's Memphis Farmers. We are farmers. Dun, 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 dun. We'll be back in 2 shakes on Sports 56, 96.1, and of course, 87.7 FM.
Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy get you through the midday with Sports 56 Middays. Delivered by FedEx. Weekdays from 10 till 1 on Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7.
Get your gun, Nelly, and saddle up Penelope. It's Western Trading Days at Sunrise Buick GMC. Old-time trading prices on over 700 new Buicks and GMC trucks, and the Sunrise Used Car Corral has over 500 in stock. Ranch managers have been told to cut prices to the bone, and remember, you can bring your car to Sunrise Service no matter where you bought it. If you're a good person with bad credit, SunriseMemphis.com will help you put one of your brand on these little fillies. Free hot dogs and Cokes at the Chuck Wagon. Western Trading Days going on now at all 3 Sunrise locations. We make it fun to buy a car again.
Shoot for free at the newest and largest gun range in the Mid-South. Join Sports 56 Middays this Friday on the road at Top Gun, 2770 Whitten Road, formerly Range USA in Bartlett. Pick up a free range pass and win a pair of Memphis vs. Tulane tickets. Top Gun, the largest indoor range in the Mid-South with over 22,000 square feet of fun and great barbecue at Ferguson's Barbecue. Carry permit classes from $75. Unlimited memberships as low as $29 a month. Top Gun, the only range in town where you can rent fully automatic weapons and shoot them on site. That's this Friday at Top Gun in Bartlett. Come shoot with us.
AC trouble? Make your first call your last call. Call Air Doctors of Memphis, 901-598-HVAC. Owner Matt Davis is a third-generation full-service air conditioning specialist. Air Doctors of Memphis services all major brands, and labor and parts are guaranteed 100%. Their yearly AC checkup is only $60, and 24-hour emergency service is billed at normal rates. Your comfort is their highest priority. Contact airdoctorsofmemphis.com or call 901-598-HVAC.
You'll see the dedication in every single step. You'll see it in the smiles when smiles are hard to get. You'll see it in the little things that add up to success. The caring and passion are the things that we love best.
Wolf Chase Limb Brace is your Mid-South provider for orthotics and prosthetics. They are an ABC-accredited facility, and their practitioners are ABC certified. At Wolf Chase Limb Brace, their services include artificial limbs, legs and arms, braces of all kinds, and custom molded inserts. You can call them today at 901-507-7821 for their location on Highway 64 in between Germantown Parkway and Appling Road, or visit them at their new location in Jackson, Tennessee. That number is 731-660-5900, or visit them on the web at wolfchaselimbembrace.com.
Dedicated our life to yours. Wolf Chase Limb and Brace.
For the best lineup of quality, fuel-efficient, and fun-to-drive vehicles, get to Wolf Chase Honda and Wolf Chase Nissan. Over 1,000 new certified and pre-owned vehicles in one great location. Catch the savings now during our huge model year-end sales event. Score an amazing deal at Wolf Chase Honda and Wolf Chase Nissan and get to the game in style at Germantown Road and Highway 64. Family owned since 1981.
It's car buying time now during Wolf Chase Nissan's Summer Savings Event. More cars, better offers, and bigger savings than ever before. Model year-end savings on every new 2019 Nissan in stock. Financing as low as 0% up to 60 months on select models for qualified buyers with approved credit through NMAC. Hurry in for exciting summer savings. And remember, if your car says Wolf Chase Nissan, you've got the best deal. WolfChaseNissan.com.
Right now, the Home Depot makes replacing your old carpet easy with more styles and colors to choose from. There's no better time to buy, with free installation on any carpet purchase of $499 or more, all by licensed local pros, backed for life. Today is the day for doing and saving with free carpet installation only at the Home Depot. More saving, more doing. For a limited time, $499 minimum purchase required, typically $699. For license information, visit homedepot.com/license numbers. Valid through November 6, 2019.
Now back to Johnny Radio's Happy Hour. This hour is brought to you by MemphisFarmers.com. Insurance coverage backed by a local agent and a brand trusted nationwide. We are farmers. MemphisFarmers.com.
Well, show me the way to the next whiskey bar. Oh, don't ask why. Oh, don't ask why. Show me the way to the next whiskey bar.
How don't ask why. How don't ask why. Give me that whiskey, baby. And by the way, if you drink a lot of whiskey, you're going to need life insurance. Go to MemphisFarmers.com. I'm telling you, you'll have a bad liver. You're going to need some insurance there.
Wait, is it how don't ask why or ow don't ask why? Or is it just sort of like a...
I think it's...
So you don't actually know. It's just sort of like a...
What do I say?
Ow.
I say how, I think. It's how.
How don't ask why?
How don't ask why. Or ow don't... I don't think you would say ow.
I don't know.
Unless, or or if you're hurt.
How doesn't really make sense to me either.
Or ow, I don't know. 67129, what is it, peeps? Y'all let me know. Is it how or ow? And I don't know. What do I say normally?
It's somewhere in between how and ow.
Oh, really?
It's like how. You can never actually tell.
Very, very interesting. Thank you. Now, today is going to be a lot of fun because my man, Coach Shabazz, He is in-house with Coach Thomas, the man who took care of my blind side, so I would always have that fine side after Friday night games. You know what I'm saying? Make sure I was looking good. I love that, man. Thank you, Coach. Thank you, Coach Thomas, for always making me solid steel and sex appeal. But we are going to talk about my man Lincoln here in a little bit and the fact that this is a straight-up baller. And we're going to talk some interesting points with Houston, old football versus new football, the practices, the way that I used to hate practices. Practices today look fun. Like, I want to go to practice. My buddy Ben Bennett was out there yesterday. He loves practice. Everybody's loving practice.
Because in part of it, I think we'll talk about it, but the tough guy mentality it's sort of gotten its way. Obviously, there's still people that do it, but it's sort of gotten its way out of youth sports
it really
and
has.
just high school football in general.
And it's actually like there are people like each other on their team and stuff, and it's not always 100% just competition. Like, I'm sitting there watching the quarterbacks throwing with each other and the linemen working on each other's technique instead of like just trying to rip each other's heads off. Very interesting. But I do want to say before I get back into football, y'all won't even believe this. I saw Michael Jordan crying, and it wasn't. I saw him crying after he lost his father. Man, you don't see Michael Jordan tearing up a whole lot, but Michael Jordan was so emotional. Did you hear about this? My man Michael Jordan unveiled the first of 2 medical clinics that he and his family are funding. They provided $7 million for the Novant Health Michael Jordan Family Medical Clinic. As he opened it up yesterday or today, if this is today, tears are streaming down his face. He even says it's a very emotional thing for me to be able to give back to a community that supported me over the years. He's like, I can only do this in gratitude. I can never repay what you've actually given to me, but this is a start. Very, very, very cool of Michael Jordan. And that's very, very kind.
You don't see him get emotional like that.
No, you don't.
Often.
That's why, I feel like it's like when Mike cries, it's like you got to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Because he's doing something then. But, yeah, it's just very, very fascinating. And, again, we got a lot of fascinating stuff that's going on. And another thing that I'm going to mention, because we're going to talk a little football here in the next segment. But before I get to the football, though, I do want to talk to y'all about something that I still quite do not understand. And it was I mentioned it yesterday, and we were talking about money, and this is going to have to do with straight up NBA versus now other sports. Did you see what Jaylen Brown turned down?
Money-wise? No.
Mm-hmm.
I did not see it.
4 years, $80 million.
Did you see what Brad Beal got?
No, I did not.
2 years, $72 million.
Do what?
2
Bradley
years.
Beal?
Yes.
2 years, $72 million?
Yes.
See, that's making fun of even this is what is so crazy about NBA money. It is so stupid high and so ridiculous that
and it keeps going up.
Jaylen Brown turned down 4 years, an $80 million extension because he says he believes he's worth a lot more than that. I said, dude, sign the deal. It's $80 million. And again, this is what's also crazy. So Brock Osweiler, I was making fun of him. His career is over, yo. He is now retiring. But guess what? My man, do y'all remember him signing a $72 million deal with the Texans?
I do.
Holy cow, Texans.
That worked out great, didn't it?
Good job, by the way. Happy retirement, man. This dude, though, is realistically one of the worst, but he got paid like nobody else's business. And I was going through some tweets, and it was all about my man Brock Osweiler, and they are so amazingly awesome. Like, he almost made $6,000 a yard per pass.
$2.75 million per win.
Per win. Goodness gracious. Talk about getting paid. And then they showed the people from his draft, and you see some actual ballers. You know what I'm saying? You're like, man, this dude's really, really good. Check this out. Andrew Luck was drafted in 2012 along with Brock Osweiler. Andrew Luck made $109 million in his career. Robert Griffin was the number 2 pick that year. He only made $31.2 million in his career. Ryan Tannehill was the 8th pick that year. He made $74.4 million. Brandon Weeden, 22nd pick, only got his rookie contract, made $11.5 million from that one contract.
I still think that was one of the worst.
Yeah, the
worst first round picks ever.
Now, are you ready to get crazy? Brock Osweiler, The 57th pick. He's walking away $41.3 million. Unbelievable. Russell Wilson, though, was 75th. He's going to walk away with $109.3 more than Andrew Luck. Nick Foles was 88, $62.6 million. And Kirk Cousins, 102 in that draft.
You like that?
You like that? $100 million. Coming up next, Shabazz, My Blind Side, Coach Thomas. We getting deep up in some Houston sports in here on Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7 FM.
You have to be up in 5 hours. 2 hours. 6 minutes, and you haven't slept a wink. ZzzQuil Pure Z's is a drug-free blend of botanicals with an optimal dose of melatonin, so you can fall asleep naturally and wake with no next-day grogginess. So tonight, try new ZzzQuil Pure Z's from the sleep experts at Vicks ZzzQuil.
And now, a thought from Geico Motorcycle.
It took 15 minutes to purchase the gas station egg salad. Eat the gas station egg salad and regret the gas station egg salad as you presented numbers to the board. To add insult to injury, you could have used those 15 egg salad minutes to switch your motorcycle insurance to Geico.
Uh-oh. Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on motorcycle insurance.
Hi, folks. Rob Walker, Infiniti of Memphis, and we've got a new Infiniti crossover vehicle that has raised the standard of comparison to a new level. Imagine having both sports car performance and eco-friendly efficiency on demand, working together to empower every driving experience. The result of 20 years of engineering, QX50's award-winning variable compression turbo engine is the world's only engine of its kind. Like two engines in one, it delivers a combination of power and efficiency that is truly in a category all its own, and only Infiniti has it. You'll never sacrifice performance for the sake of efficiency again. And QX50 MSRP starts at only $36,550, which is less than its Acura, Audi, and Mercedes competitors. Add to that QX50's award-winning sumptuous interior, and you have the best combination of performance and comfort in the mid-size crossover segment.
MSRP excludes destination charge, tax, title, license, and options. Infiniti of Memphis or online at infinitiofmemphis.com.
You have to be up in 5 hours. 2 hours. 6 minutes, and you haven't slept a wink. ZzzQuil Pure Z's is a drug-free blend of botanicals with an optimal dose of melatonin, so you can fall asleep naturally and wake with no next-day grogginess. So tonight, try new ZzzQuil Pure Z's from the sleep experts at Vicks ZzzQuil.
Texting enrolls you into reoccurring automated text messages. Message and data rates may apply.
Come on, one more rep. You got this. 10. There it is. Nice work, man. You're a beast.
Thanks, man. I feel better than I have in years. And I got to tell you, taking Nugenix makes a huge difference for me.
Nugenix? That's the testosterone booster with TV ads with Frank Thomas. The Big Hurt, right?
Oh, yeah. This is a legit product. The key ingredient is Testofen, which helps boost free testosterone levels and increase lean muscle mass.
Well, it's clearly working for you. Hey, are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try for themselves?
Yeah, Nugenix is a great way to increase lean muscle and feel stronger with more energy and endurance.
Man, I need to get a complimentary bottle of Nugenix.
No problem. You just got to send them a text. Text TAP to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix, the #1 selling free testosterone booster at GNC. Nugenix samples are not available in stores, so text TAP to 42424 right now. Text TAP to 42424. That's TAP to 42424.
If you're an outdoorsman and love all things hunting and fishing, be sure to listen to Sports 56 Saturday mornings at 6 a.m. for Outdoors Today. Brought to you by The Gun Store, 6920 Winchester in Memphis. Outdoors Today is a 1-hour show hosted by veteran Mark Tobin and a group of respected outdoor-loving guests. Outdoors Today is dedicated to bringing outdoorsmen tips and techniques and tactics to help with your hunting and fishing in all seasons. Saturday mornings at 6 on Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 87.7, and 96.1 FM.
We are Sports 56 WHBQ Memphis, WIVG-FM Tunica Memphis, and WPG-FLP Memphis, Flynn Broadcasting Stations.
It's Johnny Radio's Happy Hour.
This hour is brought to you by your CBD store, your one-stop for all your natural, organic, and non-GMO CBD products, where good health hits home.
Get out right here. Ladies and gentlemen. And now?
Now, the only man to ever win the World Series of Poker with a Scrabble board, Johnny Harden.
And y'all have no idea how hard that was. But I won that damn thing. By the way, would not be the sexiest man in Millington if it wasn't for my man, Mr. Blindside himself. What's up, Coach Thomas? How's life treating you?
What's up, QB1?
Oh, man, it's so good to see you. I do have to tell you, thank you so much for letting me come out to practice out there at Houston High School. I felt like I went in a time machine. Going out there, I have to tell you right now, old football versus new football, that's something that I want to address with you. And I want to also address with our audience, and I definitely am going to talk with my man. Shabazz is in the house. Everybody, it seems that is, like, I've talked to everybody. They know this guy. If you are a ball player, you must work out with him because everybody loves him, especially over at Houston. My daughter even knows who you are. I was like, what? She's like, yeah. I was like, the cheerleaders over there? They're like, no, but everybody knows him. But, I want to know realistically, when me and you played back in the day, it was a different world. It was a different area. We didn't know about CTE. We hit every single day. Right. And we even talked about it yesterday. I mean, on Wednesdays, it would be 1 versus 1s. Mm-hmm. The only day we were in shorts was on Thursday. Right. And we would do our little walkthrough and we'd have our game on Friday. I go out there and I watch y'all's practice. Y'all, and the other thing about it is I never was talked to. And I don't know if I could have, and maybe if I was ever talked to, maybe I could have handled it. I've always been yelled at. Ernie Bennett always said, there's some kids you put your arm around them, and there's other kids you give them a swift kick in the butt. I was a swift kick in the butt kind of guy. I'm sure you remember that.
We have those too.
And you have some of those. But how is it that I went out there, I watched y'all. Everybody was having fun. Right. And that is something I remember they always said, you have fun on Friday when you kick somebody's butt.
Right.
We're going to make this so hard during the week that the games are fun. And that's the mentality that I grew up with. And then there was this hard thing that, all of a sudden football's getting soft. And it took me a while. And then I had a grandson. And then I started seeing all this stuff about CTE. And I started saying, oh, heck no, I don't want him playing football and getting injured and coming home and not remembering who he is and yada, yada. And now I see the old football way is really been moved out. And then I went and watched Memphis and Mike Norvell. I've gone and watched you over at Houston, tackling dummies, working on literally technique, getting in the weight room, working on your bodies. Y'all are much more technically sound than we ever were. I can definitely tell you that because y'all work on technique so much. But how do you know that a kid's going to be physical on Friday night if you don't do that much hitting?
Well, I'll tell you this. In preseason camp, there is more of that goes on. But as the season goes on, there's a lot of wear and tear on their bodies. And, pretty much all of the game plans are in. We know the offense. We know the defense. It's about just cleaning the little things up. And so there's really not much hitting that needs to go on. You can just sit out there and you can bang on bodies to bang on bodies. But really, that's only going to get you hurt in practice. Yep. And our number one goal is to stay healthy. If we stay healthy, we feel like the sky's the limit.
Now, speaking of staying healthy, when you say the sky's the limit, 7 to get to 8 to go to state.
Right.
Isn't that right?
That's right.
Win 7, you get to 8, and that man, I'll make you great. Go to state. Now, tell me something.
John tried to tell me he gave a nice little speech yesterday.
I didn't even know I was going to do that.
He did. And, he's allowed to talk like that, but I tried to remind him, it's one game at a time, right? Let's stay humble.
That's right.
They get plenty of that from the outside, but I tell them, we're in a great spot. We're 7-0, and can't be any better than that.
Nope.
Obviously,
can't be any better than that.
But enjoy this process because there's a lot of teams out there that would be loving to be going through this grind and practicing right now at 7-0, sitting there already got the 1 seed wrapped up in their region. So we are blessed right now. I stress to them all the time: enjoy this process because this is rare. And it doesn't happen every year. And there are plenty of teams out there right now that would love to be in your position. So
dude, to have that opportunity, enjoy coming to work. Mm-hmm. And that's something that you've done a really good job. And this is another thing that I'm kind of confused because I don't know if it was the back end of mine because you were a little bit younger, if it's when you went to college, were your college coaches. I don't know. Where is it that you got the softer side of you? because people like listening and talking to you right now. Right. People don't realize you are an animal.
Right. Well, along the way, I've had I went through the Ernie Bennett, right, and I
loved him. I still do. You know,
I do, and I still see him. I still talk to him, and those lessons that he taught me, I cherish them. But there's a way to do things, and there's a way to reach every single kid. But nowadays, I think you have to treat every kid differently.
Yep. And that's something they didn't do back then.
Right. You can't just be yell all the time, because some kids will shut down when you do that. Okay. Some kids, yes, they do need that kick in the butt, but they also need to be told they're doing something right, not just what they're doing everything wrong.
Man, that's interesting, and that's something that I think I see more. Like golly, I was watching the lineman practice over there with Gabe, and just the technique and how much they worked on just the little bit of the footwork and getting that hand out, and I'm just like going, wow. I mean, we spent 10 minutes on that and 90 minutes on each other, just beating each other's brains out and scrimmaging, and it looks like when they do pull it together and do that kind of like 7-on-7 or that shell scrimmage, man, I can just tell though, like everybody knows the routes, everybody knows where they're supposed to be, so it doesn't I was always worried. Well, are they going to go out there and are they going to show up, and when the lights are the brightest, are they going to freeze up? Have you ever had to worry about something like that, or is that just no, man? The kids go out there and they know what to do and they play.
And I tell them all the time, because sometimes we get a little lax, and we are having fun, and I'll tell them to have fun, because it's a game. It's supposed to be fun.
It is.
Okay, but I also tell them you got to know when it's time to work, when it's time to be quiet, when it's time to focus, and then when it's time to get stuff done. So we can't just have fun all the time, because they are kids and they will get off task very easily. So we kind of have to whip them back and say, okay, here we go. Hey, focus up.
When you called them in, the way they sat down and quiet, and the respect, the way everybody was doing everything, I was very impressed the way practice is being run. It looks like you got a great program. You're 7-0. I also have to ask you this, and I know it's going to be a hard question for you, Coach. Mm-hmm. God, you're going to hate me when this. Do you think this is a team, realistically? Do you think that this is a team that you can play with anybody in the state?
Oh, there's no question about it. When we're hitting on all cylinders, when we bring our best game, and I still don't think we've done that yet, which is scary. But there's no doubt about it. We can match up with anybody in the state.
Now, I got to ask you about, you got so many kids out there. Again, I saw two little Chip Gaithers. Mm-hmm. What are they, the Steagall?
Ben and Will Steagall.
Man, look just like Chip from back in the day. I saw Lomax's kid out there.
Lomax,
hey, I saw your son out there looking good. I think 14. 12. Yeah, I knew it was down there low. Our quarterback was wearing 98. What was that?
Right. Well, hey, we're still a public school. It might have been the one you wore. I don't know.
I was laughing so hard. I was like, man, y'all's QB's wearing 98.
Right.
But no, everything looks great, and I really think Houston's doing great. But how in the heck? What are y'all building over there, man? Y'all got it. Looks like y'all got a crane doing. You got new AstroTurf.
Right.
The field is beautiful. What's about 5 years old now?
Right.
God, that's gorgeous. Love the AstroTurf. The locker room looks beautiful. What you building up on behind?
So we're in the process of building a $2.5 million athletic facility, and it's going to be a weight room that's double the size of the original one, and it's going to have coaches' offices, meeting rooms, a freshman locker room, and a brand new varsity locker room. So this is something that we haven't had ever at Houston High School, but it is a huge step in the right direction. I think it's a next level type thing.
Oh, is there any doubt that y'all get? Man, I know you're gonna hate this one, dude. Best in the preps. I mean, soccer, football, track, baseball, everything looks like is rolling on the right cylinders at Houston right now.
Johnny, you realize they quit doing that because we won it about 20 years in a row.
Oh no, I didn't realize they quit doing it.
Right?
Did they really?
They really did,
dude. Because they just gave it to us every year.
Right.
Yeah, that's a good point. I guess you kind of stop after.
But we really do. We have great sports and everything. Give a little shout out to Houston Volleyball. They're playing for right to go to state tonight.
Tonight?
Right.
No kidding.
Right.
Oh, man. I hope they get there, and good luck. Good luck with that. Now, I got to ask you something hard.
Okay.
Out of all the years you've been coaching over there, you'll always be straight with me and tell me the truth.
Right.
Is Lincoln Perry, is he a Division I football player?
There's no doubt in my mind.
No doubt.
No doubt in my mind. He's the type of kid that ask him to do something, and he's going to go the extra mile. I'll be honest with you, he's the type of kid that I've had to pull back when he's working with Coach Shabazz, and he's trying to do too much. Maybe he.
That's the kid you want,
right? He doesn't understand the rest day as much as somebody else might. I mean, he's working out and he wants to go twice a day, and I mean that's
got to have a little recovery.
And not only that, you're talking about a great individual. You talk about a kid that gets it done in the classroom.
I talked to him yesterday. Everything was yes, sir. I was like, golly, man, look how nice this guy is. Manners.
You're talking about a leader. You're talking about a captain of a football team, and the kid makes plays anywhere that he is asked to make plays.
I also talked to one of your linebackers who's pretty dead-gum good, Josh Mathis, and he even said, man, shout out. What's up, Steve? He even said, man, Lincoln he's our best dead-gum player, period. He could probably come out here and play linebacker better than me right now.
Oh, there's
you
no
just
doubt.
asked him. He's just like Lincoln is just that guy. It kind of reminds me when we played Jackson Central Mary years ago, and Al Wilson was out there, and you just knew Al was so much better than everybody on the field. It wasn't even close. And that's when I went out there and I was watching Lincoln and I watched them film. I kind of feel that when I watch him. Do you believe, and now I'm going to bring in my man, Coach Shabazz, because, man, you have worked with everybody. You also, by the way, have a very new fitness center, don't you?
I do.
Give that a shout out.
Shout out to Shabazz Fitness. Just recently opened. Well,
you got Tony Harris out there with you?
Tony Harris up there doing basketball skills work. I was in October of 15, opened the facility. My wife and I opened it up, and we recently just moved it July 1st because just needed a lot more space. The membership was growing. I wanted to add a couple of elements as far as the basketball skills training. Brought in a half court. Brought in Coach Tony Harris, who is a legend at East High School, legend at the University of Tennessee, and found out that he was moving back to the city and wanted to bring him in so every one of my athletes could take advantage of what he does. So Shabazz Fitness, we rolling every day. Well, not every day now.
Tell me about this gold medal.
So my very first team that I ever trained was at the Memphis Jewish Community Center. And every 2 years they have what's called the International Maccabi Games. I was assigned the boys 16U soccer team. Because when they went and played the year before, I think they may have finished 4th, maybe even 5th. And the coach reached out to me when they found out what I did and who I trained and whatever. And I was really just getting off the ground. And he said, well, Coach, have you ever trained a soccer team before? I said, well, no, but I will. And I put them through my particular formula, my program. And when they went over to Israel to compete, after the very first game, he called my phone. He was like, dude, what did you do to these kids? They are killing in the second half. Nobody's keeping up. Everybody's tired. I said, hey, man, I didn't think I did anything that special. Took them through what I, take my athletes through, and it showed up because nobody was training the way that we were training. I trained them like professional athletes for blistering speed, crazy change of direction, explosiveness, power, all of the above. That I know.
That quick twitch muscle that makes you, that's what you need to be if you want to be an athlete.
Exactly. And that's what I focus on.
Boy, we say curls are for girls back in the day. Y'all still y'all even do curls?
We do them every now
you do it. Yeah, I just remember my coach always giving me, man, curls are for girls. Stop that.
Yeah, those beach muscles too. Gotta have beach body.
Gotta have that beach body. Yeah, I know what you mean. Now, I got to get to this. Again, Lincoln, you coach world-class athletes. Like I said, you've taken them to national championships. You have taken basically a piece of clay and molded them into a man. You have seen what it takes to become a man.
Yep.
Now, Lincoln, when you got him, was he a man? And how did you what are you trying to tighten up in his game? I mean, the guy, he's run a 4.4 before.
Yep.
I mean, like I said, it only matters once when you run it. Everybody, says he's a 4.4, 4.5, blah, blah, blah. Dude doesn't ever go down the first time he gets hit. Runs by people, runs through people.
Runs away from them.
He's got moves. I love the fact that he's also one of those dudes. He puts his foot in the ground, one cut. I love that. And once he changes direction, my man is gone. Dang, he is gone. And his video looked good. Going out and seeing him live, I was like, damn.
Yep.
Like, it didn't take 2 seconds before I knew Lincoln was. I was like, that Perry kid's the real deal. Holyfield. I got to ask you, really, why he wants to go to Memphis? He's made it obvious. He said, I want to play for my hometown team. He told me that yesterday. He would die to go to the University. Why is it that possibly the best running back in the state of Tennessee doesn't have a Division I scholarship off period?
First of all, the kid has been joined at my hip since he was in the summer going to his 8th grade year. So this isn't something he just rolled out of bed. All right, I'm a fast
He
kid.
worked.
He worked his behind off ever since I've known him. When I met his dad, Mike Perry, Sherry, they reached out to me. Coach, I heard you train athletes. We got a son named Lincoln. He wants to get better, blah, 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 blah. He's a rugby player, so he's tough as nails.
Rugby.
He's a freaking 2-time state champion in rugby. Yo, he's playing football without pads.
Yes.
And kicking everybody's behind 2 years in a row and probably going to three-peat this year. So I was just thinking about some guys over the past few years. And the reason I can even mention their names because I trained every one of them. Jalen Walton.
Yep.
5'8", 165 at Ole Miss. Love Jalen. Dexter McCluster. Never trained him, but he was 5'8" and 168 pounds. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Colin Watkins, who's at Memphis now. I love Colin to death. And the thing that a lot of people don't really know is when Colin transferred from UT Martin, he had to sit out before he could report in the spring. He was at my place every single day for 7
Putting in
months
that work.
straight, working his tail off before he got to Memphis. Colin, 6 foot, 170 pounds. Eric Gray, 3-time Mr. Football at the University of Tennessee.
Yeah.
Every last one of these kids trained side by side with Lincoln. They know if you ask them, they're blown away. If you look at and here is the term that I was given: reverse racism. That was a term that I didn't make up.
Nope.
That was a
I
term
looked it
that
up,
I
too.
was given because the issue is a lot of college coaches won't recruit a white running back. And that's the only knock on that kid. The only one, and that's the only one that anybody can say because he runs 4.4. The boy power cleans over 300 pounds. Squats over 500 pounds. Friggin' bench press is 315 pounds plus now.
God,
yeah.
I knew he
So
was
you
doing
can't
something
tell
big. I was
me-
like, that boy is
No,
stacked.
you can't tell me he ain't powerful. You can't tell me he ain't fast enough. You see his film, he is running away from people. It's not like, oh, yeah, no. He's pulling away. And you just said he's quick as a hiccup. He put that foot in the ground. He is gone. He is strong as ever. It takes more than one kid. When one kid tries to tackle him, it's a joke. Stiff arm, goodbye. You know what I mean? And that's him. But the issue, again, that's the only issue.
And I got to just do this because I'm going to tell you right now, 7-0, being able to talk Houston, going to being a former guy who went to Houston. I love. Coach Thomas literally protect my blind side, but he's like literally like a good friend.
Yep.
He's great to my son's kid, Dylan. I mean, he's just a great human being. He's great to all those kids. I watch him out there, and I love that. I'm watching you out there and how you're changing all these people's lives and molding them into, like from clay into men. And you've done it with heck. Some of these people are just actually on the other room over there watching. You were excited. But the one thing that I do have to say is I appreciate your candor and honesty about pretty much everything. Like, you're not going to sit there and just sugarcoat something. I know I can tell if a kid comes to work out with you, you're not going to be like, oh, yeah, Mom, Dad, I'm going to give this guy a Division I scholarship
Right.
when he can't walk and chew gum.
Yep.
You are going to be straight up and honest what their athletic ability is.
Yep.
You're telling me Lincoln is a Division I scholarship, and in your words, you said, here's why Lincoln Perry isn't being offered a Power 5 school. It's called reversed racism, and it's very real.
It is real.
Lincoln is a white running back because of this, regardless of his 4.4 speed, regardless of his 3.8, 5.10, 5 the shuttle. Oh, my goodness. And because of this, they won't recruit him regardless to the fact that he's the best player in Tennessee.
Yep.
Had 2,132 yards as a junior and 32 touchdowns.
Yep.
What? He had 5 touchdowns and like 360 yards against Collierville last week.
Just last week.
What? Okay. Anyway,
Game to game, I watched just a game film, just the same game. Say they're playing Collierville, right? It looks like a highlight film for a normal person.
Every game looks like
it's
a highlight.
Every game, every single game, and it's so routine. And the thing is, too, the reason I know it's factual is because it doesn't just apply to white running backs. It applies to white defensive backs. Exact same thing. So many kids have called me, Coach, these guys have come up to me after these workouts, after these camps, and said, we just don't recruit white DBs. My whole issue is if a kid can play,
it's just
give
about,
him a
it's supposed to
chance
be,
doggone
this is
play.
what I always,
If
this
a
is where my
kid can
heart
play,
hurts.
Give him a chance to play.
And
Matter of
Coach
fact,
knows this.
especially if they've shown it. We play 6A.
The biggest division you can be in
the hardest division
in
and
Tennessee.
He is owning it, and he has. Lincoln is, truth be told, Lincoln was the MVP of our team in the 10th grade.
Right.
He was our second string running back.
In the 10th grade?
He didn't even start his junior year. His sophomore year. He was Chris Colbank, because Colbank had like over 1,100 rushing yards that year, and Lincoln was his backup. Every single time the boy touched the ball was a home run.
Wow!
When he turned the reins loose his junior year, that's when he exploded.
Man, that is just wild, and I do have to say I appreciate you. Y'all are all sending out tape. You sending out to Stanford, to Ohio State, Tennessee, Memphis, Colorado. Somebody's going to wise up, and they're going to get a great young man. And I'm going to tell you, they're going to get, like you said, Coach Thomas says he goes the extra mile. He works his tail off. And talking to him yesterday, I can personally tell you, as I sat there and talked to him, all this kid wants to do is prove to the world that he's good, that he belongs.
Right.
And I don't know about you, but Tom Brady's been playing with a chip on his shoulder for a long damn time, and it's taken him a long way. And that chip, you can tell Lincoln carries that
definitely.
everywhere he goes.
Everywhere.
And when he steps on the field, he wants to prove, dadgummit, I'm the best player on this field, period. And this is what I want to ask you, Coach. Isn't sports supposed to be a meritocracy?
Yep.
It isn't supposed to be about anything but who's the best dadgum player?
Period.
Like, how has it become another issue? Isn't it money? Is it the fact that they want kids that, they tangle, put a little carrot in front of their face? They know that they can control them. What is going on with college sports, and why is it not a meritocracy anymore?
In a perfect world, man, we would take the best kids. We would give them an opportunity to play. We would take the kid who has performed, who has produced, and say, yo, here it is. Go ahead. Realistically, sports is a business, especially at the Division I level. It is a business, and people think they want to see this, so this is what we have to give them. Or we lose business, or we don't make as much money, or we're not going to follow the same suit that we've had in the past. You think about the University of Alabama, nothing but respect for the entire program. Every single running back that's came through there for the past few years, Bo Scarborough, Derrick Henry, what's my other boy?
Ingram.
Trent
Williams.
Every last one. Those boys have been big, huge, tank,
monsters.
running back monsters. Every last one of them. But that's the trend. That's what they recruit. That's all they recruit. That's going to be that. If you take, man, I could send Lincoln down to the University of Alabama and he run in front of Nick Saban. He would run circles around any recruit that they would bring in their current, past, or it wouldn't even matter. You mean to tell me that this boy went and ran a 3.85, 5.10.5? They're not doing that at the NFL combine.
Nope.
They're not doing. If he would have run it at the combine this year, he would have been the fastest.
That's unbelievable.
Without question. The kid, all the boy needs is one coach to pull the trigger. And I'm telling you, when he commits to whatever school he goes to, whoever passed up on that boy, they're going to be kicking themselves for a very, very long time.
You got about 500 people who have already hit me up on my phone, or so far 168 that have said, send his butt to Memphis. No. Coach Norvell, listen to me. Reach out to Lincoln Perry. Reach out to Coach Thomas. Reach out to Shabazz. Let's get this guy right now. Let's get him in Memphis. Hey, he's blue and gray, right? Gabe, you'd like to block for this kid, wouldn't you?
Of course I would. Obviously, don't have any more
any years of
eligibility.
eligibility.
But, I'm sure they would like to.
That would be nice. But, hey, man, gentlemen, I do want to say thank y'all so much for coming in. I wish y'all the best of luck. I know you're going to dominate, Coach. You are a man. And the man who took care of my blind side, I know you're going to take it one game at a time.
Was he as good as he said he was in the glory days? That's what I want.
He was a better free safety than he was a quarterback.
Hey, no, for real, though. Go win a state championship.
No doubt about it.
Let's do this. Let's get it done. Win the 7 to get to 8. We'll talk to y'all on the other side. My man Isaac Simpson's coming up next. We got Tiger football, Tiger basketball, all things Tigers. I think I might have to mention Lincoln again. Whatever you do, don't touch that dial. Sports 56, 96.1 and 87.7 FM.
Take Sports 56 with you on your phone or tablet. Download our official Sports 56 app today.
Right now, the Home Depot makes replacing your old carpet easy. With more styles and colors to choose from, there's no better time to buy. With free installation on any carpet purchase of $499 or more, all by licensed local pros. Backed for life. Today is the day for doing and saving with free carpet installation only at the Home Depot. More saving, more doing. For a limited time, $499 minimum purchase required. Typically $699. For license information, visit homedepot.com/license numbers. Valid through November 6, 2019.
You have to be up in 5 hours. 2 hours. 6 minutes, and you haven't slept a wink. ZzzQuil Pure Z's is a drug-free blend of botanicals with an optimal dose of melatonin, so you can fall asleep naturally and wake with no next-day grogginess. So tonight, try new ZzzQuil Pure Z's from the sleep experts at Vicks ZzzQuil.
Right now, the Home Depot makes replacing your old carpet easy with more styles and colors to choose from. There's no better time to buy with free installation on any carpet purchase of $499 or more, all by licensed local pros. Backed for life. Today is the day for doing and saving with free carpet installation only at the Home Depot. More saving, more doing. For a limited time, $4.99 minimum purchase required. Typically $6.99. For license information, visit homedepot.com/license numbers. Valid through November 6, 2019.
Shoot for free at the newest and largest gun range in the Mid-South. Join Sports 56 Middays this Friday on the road at Top Gun, 2770 Witten Road, formerly Range USA in Bartlett. Pick up a free range pass and win a pair of Memphis vs. Tulane tickets. Top Gun, the largest indoor range in the Mid-South with over 22,000 square feet of fun and great barbecue at Ferguson's Barbecue. Carry permit classes from $75. Unlimited memberships as low as $29 a month. Top Gun, the only range in town where you can rent fully automatic weapons and shoot them on site. That's this Friday at Top Gun in Bartlett. Come shoot with us.
I'm here with Robert Cox, kitchen manager of the Rendezvous Restaurant. Tell us about those great ribs at the Rendezvous.
Rendezvous stands alone in a unique barbecue style, only found in Memphis, Tennessee. We don't smoke our ribs, we char broil them. The guys cooking our ribs have been doing it for 30 years. Mr. Charlie Virgos taught the guys the technique himself, and still to this day, they teach newcomers that come in the door. After our ribs come out the pit, we pre-cut every order, so you easily can tear them apart. We baste our ribs on a plate and sprinkle our season all over them.
So Robert, are ribs what everyone comes to the Rendezvous for?
The beef brisket is now our second best seller behind the ribs. We also have lamb riblets, half chicken, pork shoulder, chopped chicken, cheese and sausage plate. Nachos are fantastic. We also carry a Greek salad. The list goes on.
Robert, where can we find out more about all of these great options?
Our restaurant menu is online at hogsfly.com, and recently we just added our catering menu online.
Mr. Charlie Virgos' Rendezvous Restaurant, a family-owned restaurant in downtown Memphis in the alley since 1948.
Got something you want to get off your chest?
You better have a backup plan.
Want to join the conversation?
Someone needs to tell him he has to grow up.
Join us on the First Bank phone lines at 360-8255 or the First Bank text line at 67129. Now back to Johnny Radio's Happy Hour.
Kick it over here.
This hour is brought to you by your CBD store, your one-stop for all your natural, organic, and non-GMO CBD products, where good health hits home. Here's Johnny Radio himself, John Harden.
Shackles, ball and chain. Listen to the whistle of the evening.
Man, it's so nice to have Big JT in the house. Coach Shabazz. Seeing a bunch of men that I love and respect, talking about a young man who's reaching for his dream. Speaking about dreams, we talked about Dream on 3 and Brandon Lindsay and all the dreams that he's making come true for kids across this country. They're based out of Charlotte, Atlanta, and D.C., and they're doing great work. And by the way, if you didn't hear about it, if you're a young father or mother and you have a kid, Houston's got it going on. 7-0. Building like a $2.5 million athletic building. This thing looks like it is sick. The baseball field is out of control. And yes, the field is that super soft, amazing AstroTurf. I love it. And I love the fact that their practices are actually fun.
Wait, isn't that called field turf though?
It's not AstroTurf.
AstroTurf is like
that's why
concrete
I need that's what yesterday, like 3
pellets.
times they corrected me. They're like, no, it's field turf. And I said AstroTurf like 3 times. Field turf. They're like, AstroTurf is bad.
If we were still on AstroTurf,
by the way,
the injuries,
you can bounce. You can bounce on that stuff. Like I was running and feeling.
You probably had to play on some AstroTurf fields back in the day.
I played on some that hurt, like the burns that you would have on your elbows.
Yeah, because it's concrete.
I was going to say, I still got scars on that.
They used to literally have concrete under turf. I don't know how they did that.
It was literally like this. No, you don't want to know. But anyway, Coach Thomas was in, Coach Shabazz. That was one of the best interviews in a while. We talked about one of the best football players in the state, Lincoln Perry. This young man is he's a fun young man to go watch, and he plays for Houston, so you can go and watch him anytime, root him on. He's in this city, and I hope to goodness, and I pray to the good Lord that my man Mike Norvell offers that man a scholarship, because I'm telling you, I've gone and watched many people play. He can flat out play. Isaac Simpson, what is up?
Man, what's going on, Johnny?
Dude, how's my brother doing?
Man, I'm doing all right, man. Can't complain, man. Happy to be here, as I am every Thursday on the Happy Hour, man. I'm just ready to go, ready for Saturday.
I was loving your TSR the other last week, and you hit everything on point. Unfortunately, you were right. Temple was a little too much, weren't they?
Well, I mean, I guess you could say that, but I guess I think Memphis might have got robbed a little bit of that game. I'm sure we'll talk about that here in a second, but.
I think it's just how winnable that game was for the Tigers.
That's the pain.
And just seeing 4 turnovers and then a bad referee sort of in that game.
Man.
It was just a horrible ending for what started off as, it's still going to be a great season. I still think Memphis has everything in front of them. I mean, hey, they could still be a New Year's 16. Boise State could end up losing. Memphis could win every game, run out, win the championship. They still have everything in front of them. It was painful, but I will tell you, if you don't show up this weekend and people don't realize Tulane is a different Tulane, they will come up and bite your you-know-what, because this game, even though it was at home, I was wrong, obviously. This is the one that scared me because my man McMillan, I think he might be, Justin McMillan is the most underrated player in the American.
He's fantastic. I mean, you look at his numbers. I mean, he's already thrown for over 1,000 yards, 8 touchdowns, only 2 interceptions. He's rushed for 364 yards and 4 touchdowns. I mean, he can do it all. I mean, you talk about dual threat. He is that guy in the truest sense of the word. So, I mean,
he is.
I mean, you want to keep him from getting outside the pocket, but he can also stand back there and slice you up as well. So, I mean, his defense has got to be on point because, like I said, he can do it from both. I mean, he is the true dual threat because, like I said, both guys are much better at one than they are the other. He's probably just as good on both sides.
He is the truth, like your CBD store, South Haven, Mississippi, Memphis, Tennessee, Cordova, Tennessee. And listen, SunMed is the best. Oil tinctures, water solubles, gummies, soft gel capsules, e-liquids for vaping, topical creams, and pet products and more. And don't think that this is a head shop. They have all of their information out front. When you walk in there, you'll feel like you're in a doctor's office, not like it's the Grateful Dead. So trust me, head on down to 1076 Goodman, 3157 Poplar, or 680 North Germantown Parkway. CBD is the real deal Holyfield. Now, my man Isaac Simpson is the real deal Holyfield. Our Memphis Tigers and Brady White, I got to go ahead and bring this up. It's kind of went ahead and did that thing in the middle to really just switch off and just focus in on him. We could talk about Joey Magnifico in that call. We can talk about the defense. We can talk about my man who's running like a madman, Kenny Gainwell. KG is a baller, but we got to talk about Brady White. Is Brady White the reason, or do you feel that Brady White is one of the reasons if this team doesn't make it to their ultimate full potential? Do you think it would be because he didn't reach his full potential?
Yeah, I think if this team has an Achilles heel, man, you got to say it's Brady White. I mean, at times you've seen him make plays. You go back to that Navy game where it's tremendous in the second half, but you look at this game.
It's 4 quarters.
4 quarters, 4 turnovers, and if they only turn the ball over 3 times, they probably win that game.
Mm-hmm.
And all 4 of those turnovers were on him. I mean, he played a big part, if not 100% on him, all 4 of those turnovers, and you just got to be better. I just think you look back at that game, and it's amazing that they were even in that position to have a chance to win that game after having 4 turnovers. You turn the ball over 4 times against a good football team, you should get blown out. So Temple gave them opportunities to kind of stay in the game. But he goes in the second half, makes some plays, but you can't get behind the 8 ball like that. Again, you go out here, turn the ball over 4 times on Saturday night, I don't think you're going to be as lucky. I think you're going to be out of the ball game pretty quick. So he just has to be better. I mean, he's the leader of this team, and I mean, there's tremendous talent on this team. Again, it goes to show that you can turn the ball over 4 times and still be in a game. But I mean, in order to win games against good teams, he's got to be better, and he's got to play for a full quarter.
He really does.
You can't be bad in the first half like that and try to be a hero and come back and win the second half against good teams. It's usually not going to work. But I mean, it's just tough to see. I mean, how he's struggling. I mean, you just shouldn't be seeing that by now. I mean, he has the experience. I mean, he's been around a long time. It just you start to think now that this is just going to be the guy that he's going to be. And I don't know if there's anything else you can kind of get for him. You just hope he can keep control and don't turn the ball over. But again, he's never going to be that guy. I don't think that can really push the football down the field. going to be a game manager at best, and you just hope these guys can go out there and win despite some of the shortcomings and mistakes that he makes.
Man, and the other thing I got to ask is when you look at this American Athletic Conference right now, it just feels like there's a lot of really dead gum good teams, if you know what I'm saying. But I got to ask you, I mean, because we got a lot of teams, you know, we got 5-1 and 5-1 and 4-1 and 5-1 and 5-1 and 4-2, but the only undefeated team, SMU. Who's the best team in this conference? Is it SMU?
And I like I said, I think when I look at SMU, they're really. I love what Sonny Dykes is doing down there with that offense. They're even better defensively. I mean, you could see it early on in the season that they had made improvements. But I kind of, and I hate to say this, because if I say this, they're going to come in here and play well against Memphis in a couple of weeks. But I kind of think that they're a fraud. I think that if they run into a good team, because you look at that game against Tulsa, I mean,
they should have lost.
Had any semblance of a kicking game, they win that game pretty easily. They won't even go to overtime. But
and Tulsa stinks.
I think if you could put points on the board, I think you can beat SMU. I think they can score, no doubt about that. But I don't think they're the best team in this conference. I think I look at Memphis, I look at Temple, I look at Tulane, maybe even Cincinnati. I think are probably better teams than SMU. But I mean, they're undefeated right now, so can't take anything away from them. But I think we'll see when they come in here in Memphis. I think Memphis is a better team than SMU, and I think there are several other teams in the conference that are as well.
Oh, man, I'm totally with you. And I want to also make sure everybody and their grandmother knows, but I think they do know. You know I'm talking with Isaac Simpson at Isaac_Rivals. Read all of his work on Twitter at Isaac_Rivals, TigerSportsReport.com. Listen to him. He hosts TSR Live. He writes for, Memphis Grizzlies, Rival. Like, who do you not cover? You cover all the Memphis, every Memphis sport he covers, women's basketball, softball, you
busiest man in sports.
That's what I'm saying. He's the busiest dude on the planet. I just absolutely love you, man. But in all honesty, you do great work, and I appreciate you giving me your time. But I do have to switch gears real quick with you because I'm running out of it, and I got to know what's going on in Pennyland.
Man, a week from today, man, we got Action Tigers taking on CBU in an exhibition. Man, it's exciting, man. We've talked so much about this number one recruiting class and Memphis Madness.
We're ready to see it now.
And now, man, we're going to see it on the floor for the first time, and I'm going to be interested to see how he handles the rotation. Like, I mean, who knows? Like, you might see something against CBU. I think he's going to try a lot of different things because there's so many different ways he can go with this. There's so much versatility, different guys you can play out, so many different guys together. But I'm going to be watching closely on Thursday night to see kind of who starts and who finishes the game and how he handles that rotation. I mean, because I think there's a lot of question about who's going to start. I mean, Tiger Nation's been talking about it all summer, and I think that's going to be interesting, especially with the guards. I think, up front it's going to be Preston Achua and James Wiseman at 5'4" center. But outside of that, I mean, there's several different ways he can go, and I think you might even see different lineups from game to game. There's so much talent on this team, depending on matchups. So that's coming up in a week, man. They changed the court. That's been a big deal. A lot of people had some interesting comments when the court was unveiled. So I think they listened to those comments and they've kind of changed. They changed the inside the free throw line. They kind of changed that back to the hardwood color.
Yeah.
Some criticism.
Hardwood color. I like you said that. You said hardwood because you love hardwood. But I know exactly. The hardwood is actually really nice. I actually sent them a thank you. Like, thank you is kind of like a little joke, like for listening to the fans.
Yeah.
Because I heard some, honestly, no joke, of the craziest jokes you would ever hear when it comes to baseball, like going hard in the lane. Oh, this means more than just the tip. Like, dude, I've heard so much stuff. Like it gives a different, I don't even get into it. I'll probably get in trouble. But I do like the way it looks now. I feel really comfortable about this year. Outside of maybe making it, realistically, the court looked like it had two penises on it. Other than that, they've done really pretty much everything right.
Yeah, and I also heard that there might be some other changes. The Toyota logo, they said they might add some gray to it as well. So I've only seen the wood part that they changed. I haven't seen anything else. So we might find out on Thursday night that they've done some other things with it. But I didn't like it at first, but it kind of grew on me. But I am kind of glad that they changed that because, man, like you said, I've heard some crazy things over the last couple of weeks about their courts and jokes. So I'm kind of glad that they kind of took heed to those thoughts from people and kind of changed things.
Man.
And I think that go ahead.
No matter what you say about it, it's like
Can't
everything
stop.
comes back to an innuendo.
Yeah.
You're like,
Yeah, and then when
it
it's
grew
like
on
what
me.
kind of oh man, yeah,
The hardwood.
Yeah, yeah. It's kind of one of those things that, once you see it, you couldn't unsee it.
I know.
There at Memphis Madness, and I hadn't even thought about it. And somebody told me, and I was like, man, now I can't unsee
I
that.
couldn't understand.
So
No, Gabe did that to me. That's what I'm saying. I was just like you. I was like, I dig the new court. And then Gabe's like, you don't notice?
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, thanks.
See, because that's what I
Yeah.
think that's how everyone sort of figured out. One person started it, and then
Yeah.
once you tell someone else, you can't unsee it.
Yeah, it's kind of wild. It's that
The
whole
change looks
ignorance
good,
is
though. The
bliss
change
thing.
does look good.
Yeah, it does. It really does.
It really does. It really does. Now I got to ask you. Do you think? No, this is a back to football, and it's. I don't know how I'm doing this, but it's just kind of a little sidebar. Mike Norvell is given a lot of credit for his offensive mind.
Yeah.
He's an offensive coach. He brings in obviously great running backs. They have a great, Kenny Gainwell, Henderson, Patrick Taylor. It feels like anybody you throw back there, he's got running backs out the frame. You look at from Anthony Miller to Coxey. I mean, there's wide receivers everywhere. The offensive line from when Gabe was there to now Obinna and Scotty and Manny and Dylan. I mean, everybody's just, he's got talent. But the one thing that I'm a little bit concerned about, did he make a mistake with the most important position and he's being stubborn and sticking with Brady White? And does he have to eventually come to the realization that maybe I made a mistake?
I think he's willing to let this thing play out. I kind of said it when he brought Brady in, the connection that they had from Arizona State. Brady had been a guy who had sit out a while. I knew when they brought him in here that he was going to be the starter. I mean, he had been out a while. He wasn't going to come to Memphis to be a backup. And like I said, they had that prior relationship. And I think Mike Norvell's content to ride this thing out. I mean, we've seen him struggle, and they just really haven't even thought about making a move. I mean, he got the extra year eligibility, so he does have another year left. I think Brady White's going to be the starting quarterback for this team until he graduates. And I think if you look at it, I think there's definitely some question marks, and it really seems like they're fully committed to him, even when he makes mistakes. I mean, they say he's the best quarterback on his roster. And I mean, he is, but you've seen guys transfer out, the guys that could have been true competition for him. They transferred out over the last couple of years, last 3 years actually. But it's I think he's going to be the guy, and I think again, just like I said at the top of this segment, I think we just got to deal with it when he makes mistakes. I think we just hope these playmakers and these guys, there's so much talent on this team, as you mentioned, that hopefully they can overcome that. But I do think there should have been a question mark, especially this summer. I think they should have brought in some true court competition for him, but it just doesn't seem like that's going to be the case.
Obviously, Brady's a problem area, and we're up against the break, so we're probably going to get to that after this. But I have to get your opinion on this. Me and John have talked about Kenny Gainwell through his first 6 games, how ridiculous he's been. He's second in the country in scrimmage yards. When you compare him to a Tony Pollard, when you compare him to a Darrell Henderson, just how good do you think this kid is?
I mean, if you look at what he's doing, this is his sophomore year. I think he has a chance to be better than Darrell Henderson. I mean, for him to be doing this already, to come in, and the guy was expected to be that kind of backup 1A running back behind Patrick Taylor, kind of in that Tony Pollard role. I mean, he's shown that he can run between the tackles, he can catch out of the backfield, he can do it all. I think this guy again has the potential to be better than Darrell Henderson. I know Mike Norvell said himself, he believes this is probably the best player he's ever coached, and I think looking at the talent this team has had, I think that's a big time statement. I mean, this kid is tremendous. I talked to him over the summer about how excited he was to finally get his opportunity, but I don't think any of us thought that we could see this. Patrick Taylor goes down, and you think he's just kind of that change of pace guy, but no, he's a guy, he can run between the tackles as well. So I think this guy, he's definitely going to play on Sundays one day, and I think he has a chance to go down. I mean, if he goes over 100 yards a day, on Saturday, he breaks D'Angelo Williams' freshman record for 100-yard games. So that shows you how special this kid is. He still has a couple more years left to continue to put numbers up. So he's tremendous, and I'm excited about his potential.
Definitely a good problem to have with Patrick going out and replacing him with a guy who, I mean, if is not equal talent, might be better. Like I'm wondering what's going to happen, because if Patrick ends up coming back, what may happen. Obviously, he's been out with injury for a while, but we'll just have to see how that plays out. I think that'll be an interesting situation when they have both of those guys in that backfield.
Yeah, I was going to say, I know we run up against it. Patrick's back in practice this week, so it's possibilities he could play on Saturday. If not Saturday, definitely at Tulsa next week. So it's going to be that's definitely an interesting question. I don't know how you handle it. I think the positive is that you got guys like Gainwell and Watkins that got more experience than they normally would have had. You had Patrick back, if he's 100%. I mean, you got a three-headed monster there that I don't know how anybody deals with it. It'll be Gainwell and Watkins have been bad enough. You had a bruiser like Taylor back in there. I mean, this team's going to run all over people.
Tell you one thing, last but not least, and it doesn't have to do with the Tigers, but it does have to do with the Tigers. It's the one thing that I always care about. Them lines. How is SMU giving up 7.5 points against Temple, who just beat Memphis?
Yeah, I saw that earlier today. I looked at that line. I was like, man, that's interesting. I don't know. We'll see.
We will, won't we?
Yeah. You want to make some money, man. I think that might be one that you might want to take a look at for the degenerates out there.
I love it. And you know I'm one of them. Hey, my man Isaac, though, he's the best in the business, hardest working man. Listen to TSR. Check him out on Twitter at Isaac_Rivals. Go to TigerSportsReport.com and always tune in on Thursday at 2:30 as me and him rap. Isaac, be good. I'll talk to you soon. And go Isaac. Tigers, go, brother.
All right, man. Talk to you guys next week.
Later! That's my man, Isaac. We always are late for a break, but I did want to remind you, don't forget, your CBD store is The Real Deal Holyfield, South Haven, Memphis, Cordova. If you have aches, pains, anything you need, sleeping, anxiety, your endocrine system, you will learn so much about it. Go out there. They will teach you about their products. They have everything. And I'm telling you, from extraction to the finished goods, they know everything. There ain't no third party. This is the only place that I trust with my family, myself, and my friends. It's your CBD store. You will absolutely love it, just like you love my man Chad Gatlin and Central Barbecue and 901-406-1101 Bill that I buy houses, because all my sponsors are the bomb diggity, just like my shows on Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7 FM.
Sports 56 now has 2 FM homes. You can now find real sports talk on 96.1 as well as 87.7 on your FM dial.
They're doing it again at Family Leisure. This time it's a factory direct pool table. Oh, and some more of the spas on sale. Free installation on all in-stock pool tables. Free play-in package. Free choice of felt. Pool tables as low, listen, $12.99. Additional discounts on all those in-stock spas. Plenty in stock ready to ship. 20, 30, maybe even 40% off spa accessories. And swim spas starting at $9,999. Get to I-40 and Whidden Road. There's always something good at Family Leisure.
Do you know one of the best things you can do for your employees or family's health? Provide Arctic Clear bottled water. Arctic Clear bottled water is your locally owned and operated bottled water provider. Arctic Clear is 100% natural spring water with free delivery and setup, dependable service, and no long-term contracts. What an easy choice. Call Jeff Manus today, 901-382-2363, or visit arctic-clear.com. Arctic Clear bottled water. Call now, 382-2363. That's 382-2363.
You have to be up in 5 hours. 2 hours. 6 minutes, and you haven't slept a wink. ZzzQuil Pure Z's is a drug-free blend of botanicals with an optimal dose of melatonin, so you can fall asleep naturally and wake with no next-day grogginess. So tonight, try new ZzzQuil Pure Z's from the sleep experts at Vicks ZzzQuil.
At Jason's Deli, you can stuff yourself full of great deli food that's healthy, fresh, and best of all, it's not expensive. Jason's Deli is all about choice. Whether you're looking for a gluten-free menu, vegetarian sandwiches, healthy kids' meals, or if you'd like to invent your sandwich via the build-your-own selections, Jason's Deli has you covered. And they only use fresh, wholesome ingredients. Choose from the club and specialty sandwiches, paninis, wraps, soups, salads, pastas, and much more. I love the cleanliness in the restaurant, the hospitality, and of course the cost. They have a huge salad bar and great soups, including Southwest chicken chili, fire roasted tortilla, organic vegetable, tomato basil, and many, many more. And if you're planning an event, their catering department is fantastic and can handle any size party. Go check out Jason's Deli's 4 locations. On Ridgeway in the Park Place Center, that's my favorite, on Germantown Parkway in Cordova, at Poplar and Highland, and on Goodman Road in Olive Branch.
Upgrade your commute at Acura of Memphis. Seize the thrill and test drive one of our award-winning models, each packed with cutting-edge technology, luxurious amenities, and a driving experience that's sure to awaken your inner self. Driving shouldn't be a chore, it should be an adventure. Advance your drive today. Shop our aggressive lease and finance options now. Luxury is waiting at Acura of Memphis, or shop online 24/7. Visit AcuraofMemphis.com.
Now back to Johnny Radio's Happy Hour.
Kick it over here.
This hour is brought to you by your CBD store, your one-stop for all your natural, organic, and non-GMO CBD products, where good health hits home. Here's Johnny Radio himself, John Harden.
Shackles, ball and chain. Listen to the whistle of the evening train. You know you bound to wind up dead. You don't head back to Tennessee jail.
Oh my goodness, what a beautiful day it's been. I mean, it's a Friday's Eve. I've had the nicest people in the world. I had the man that took care of my blind side for all those years, so I look fine on Friday night. Kept my right side looking beautiful. Thank you so much. Coach Thomas, Houston, 7-0. I truly believe this. And I know I've got a rooting interest because I love Coach Thomas. I'm rooting for him. I like him as a person. I like the way he coaches his team. I like the way he cares about everybody. I love Coach Shabazz. And I think Lincoln Perry is a little baller. I like just everybody. Josh, everybody that I've gone out there and met. Little Lomax out there. The Steagals. Saw Ben Bennett out there working with them. It was like going back in time. But anyway, I'm fired up. I'm going for my boys out at Houston. I hope they continue, go to 8-0. 7 more wins, get you to 8, and then you'll be in state, baby, and then you'll be great, and you'll be legendary forever. And I'm going to tell you right now, Lincoln Perry belongs in a Division I program. The best thing is, though, for a Tiger fan, if you actually watch this kid playing out at Houston, you know he's a Division I athlete the minute you see him. His dream is to play at Memphis. Yeah. Golly, I want this kid. He's like KG, baby. Kenny Gainwell, running like a madman. Now, we have football going on tonight. We have baseball going on tonight. We have NFL action, and it sounds crazy. We also have college football. Now, I will tell you, nobody really, well, somebody's going to care because they're going to gamble on them. Would you call the college football action tonight basically worthy of your time? Like UCLA and Stanford?
UCLA, Stanford, I guess it could be as far as a Thursday night
I can't stand
game.
the powder blue.
No, but as far as a Thursday night game goes, I guess it's watchable.
Yeah,
but
I guess so.
And compared to the NFL, like, I'm sorry, I have been a hater on the NFL this year.
NFL's been awful. It's been the worst it is. Now, but I want to ask you, tonight's NFL has Patrick Mahomes, the guy that everybody loves to watch, but he's going to go against Vic Fangio's defense. They are number 4 in pass. They're 7 overall. They're actually starting to play pretty good defense. If you understand, I'm calling them Vic.
2-game winning streak, and the Chiefs are on a 2-game losing streak.
Mm-hmm. So it's did you see the line? The boys in Vegas who
3.
always 3. So is this
if this was 2 weeks ago, this would be at least a 10-point line.
Oh, at least. And this is what's scaring me. Are they literally giving you an opportunity? Here, we're going to give you some money.
They're like, it looks so easy because it is easy.
I was going to say, or
what
are
is
they
the
just
thought
totally
process?
messing our heads
I don't
up?
know. That's what it is. They're trying to play with you.
I'm telling you right now, if it was 6.5, which I wrote down and figured that's what it was going to be, and I'm like, dude, I'll take that all day. They'll win by 10. Then when I see it was at 3, I'm like, no, you're making it so hard. That seems like you're like, wait, it's lower, John. Yeah, but it's like they're messing with my head. But anyway, speaking of messing with my head, tonight, Masahiro Tanaka, can he mess with the heads of the Astros? We're going to find out. Zach Greinke, his head is messed up in the postseason, and I think it's all upstairs. It ain't about his skill. It ain't about his talent. Dude does it in the regular season, doesn't get it done in the postseason. Can he get it done tonight? I don't think so. This series, I'm calling it right now, it is going to be tied up 2 games apiece. Masahiro Tanaka is a baller shot caller. Brett Gardner comes up after that stupid, horrible, I don't even know what he was doing in the outfield. It was the worst route I've ever seen. He's going to come up big tonight to make up for it. We're going to see my man Judge live up to be what Judge is. It's going to be awesome. Tonight, ALCS, Yankees, Houston, kind of like Frontier Western Store. If you don't want to be Buddy and you want to be the best looking man on the planet, all you have to do is head on down to 5880 Goodman Road down in Olive Branch, because Frontier Western Store, they got my man Drew engaged. Yeah. Now, if you look like a Buddy, I can promise you, they'll make you look like GQ Smoothie, baby. Go to Frontier Western Store, 5880 Goodman Road. They got the largest boot showroom on planet Earth. Plus, they have a ladies' boutique. Man, they got stuff for like your little girls, like Simply Southern or Girly Girl. I'm telling you. They also have FrontierWesternStore.com. Hey, they're family-owned and operated since 1967, and they are taking care of you, and they've been doing it for over 50 years in the Mid-South. Now, I got to get out of here and say hasta mañana, buenos dias. Dave Woloshin, the voice of the Memphis Tigers, and of course, my man Stats Norsworthy with the Ole Miss Rebels. They're going to drive you home. But I got to say, for Gabe, for me, and for all of my guests, y'all get out there and make this world a better place. I'll see y'all on the flip side. Peace.
Do you know one of the best things you can do for your employees or family's health? Provide Arctic Clear bottled water. Arctic Clear bottled water is your locally owned and operated bottled water provider. Arctic Clear is 100% natural spring water with free delivery and setup, dependable service, and no long-term contracts. What an easy choice. Call Jeff Manus today, 901-382-2363, or visit arctic-clear.com. Arctic Clear bottled water. Call now, 382-2363. That's 382-2363.
You have to be up in 5 hours. 2 hours. 6 minutes, and you haven't slept a wink.